Hey YouTube, this is Other Purple One. I had the opportunity to go ahead and get one of these. It cost me nothing. It was absolutely free. The manufacturer contacted me. I have actually turned down a few in the past just because I didn't really want to review it because I didn't think there was a need. But as I had gotten more and more questions about keeping medicine cold. A lot of people need to keep their insulin cold, and this is definitely a way to do it. A lot of people can't keep their big refrigerator running at their house in a grid down situation, be it SHTF, be it a natural disaster where power grid goes down for a while. People are very concerned they have to keep some medicines cold. And this is definitely an option. I was recommending something like the Magic Chef, and this would be my emergency backup. If I couldn't keep the big refrigerator running, this is definitely takes a little bit less power. Compared side by side, by far, the Change More is definitely more efficient, hands down, no questions asked. Even more efficient when I'm running it on freezer. This is a refrigerator freezer combo, but there's only one control in here. So you basically get one control over both sections. Basically, you control this. You can make it either a refrigerator or a freezer, and whatever you make, this temperature, roughly between 12 and 15 degrees warmer, will be this side. So it depends what you need. You can definitely make this a freezer and make this a refrigerator. It depends what you want, but it comes with this handy thing right here. It lists different items and what temperatures you should keep them at it, so that's good. Typically you should keep a freezer about 0, and you should keep a refrigerator about 35 to 38 degrees. The reason you need to do that, bacteria grows when you get higher than 40. You might think, oh, it's too cold. It's not. It will start to grow, and the chance of food poisoning increases. So this little unit does not use that much power. It's very efficient. The seal on the lid, I think, is one good reason. This is a great seal. It clips in really good. They did not skimp on this door. If you've ever had like a cooler you bought at Walmart, the cheapest thing on it is the lid, and that's where you lose a lot that doesn't seal properly. They did seal this, and this type of unit lets the cold air settle down and doesn't escape as much as one of these type of units because it comes out quicker. Let me show you a few things with this. This has a lot of controls on it. You have an on-off button, and then you have a settings unlock button. This is a must because my 4- and 6-year-old grandsons, they love pushing these buttons, and if you're not careful, if they had no lock on it, they would change things. So hold that for 3 seconds. You can then change. You got a plus and minus, so it's so easy. Let's just take it way down. This thing will go down, I think, to -8, and it will freeze things really well. You also have on here max and echo mode, so if you need to conserve some of your battery, you can do that, and you can also have a battery protection if you're using your car. So it's kicked on, you can hear it, it's not that loud. It's a little bit louder than normal because it's on this table, and as you can see, it's not totally level. Right now we're pulling 41 watts, 43, 40. So really it's very efficient compared to this other unit over here, and that's what I'm comparing it, because this is what I would use in its place. But this has the advantage, it's definitely more portable, it's easier to carry, it comes with 2 good handles, and it's also made for those guys that love to go 4-wheeling with their vehicles. It's made, I think, to go on a 45-degree angle so you won't hurt your compressor. You can't take this off-roading. This would probably not be healthy for that unit. So this unit is very easy. You can change it between Fahrenheit and Celsius, and then all you got to do, and it will freeze things extremely well. I was surprised. I thought it would take a lot longer than it did, but it doesn't. And then you can go to whatever you want to go to. So remember, one controller. They do make a unit bigger than this that actually has 2 controls, so you can control both sections. But this one is 1, so whatever you set this at, this is typically going to be between 12 and 15 degrees warmer. Comparing these two units, if you were running them off a small solar box, by far this one is more efficient. It's going to give you a lot more time running than a typical, like a Magic Chef or a refrigerator for dorm size. This is not as efficient as that. What else can I tell you? The handles are sturdy. This thing is well made. But the question comes down to, do you need one? Now, if you're an avid camper and you're going out all the time and you got to go buy ice and fill up your cooler, yes, this thing will alleviate that. You won't have to go out and get as much ice because you don't need ice. You can make ice if you wanted to. For me, I would take this camping. I would probably make it all a refrigerator because I wouldn't be really taking anything frozen. Hands down, this unit can run off of a box like this. It can run off of a very smaller box, a 500 watt box. If you had 100 watt panel, you could probably sustain this thing indefinitely if you were careful. This will run off of the DC side. The DC side is much more efficient than the AC side when you are running off a box, but it also comes with, you can plug it into the AC side, you can plug it into grid power, but this is definitely the preferred way of doing it because you're not using the inverter. If you're not using the inverter, you have more power to run your DC side. So I don't want you to say, oh, I need this thing. You need this seriously. This is like $350. Do I seriously need this? Do I have medicine that I need to put up? Or do I do a lot of outdoor activity and it just gets old buying ice all the time? Or do I need something because I don't have a big enough solar system to run my big refrigerator in a natural disaster or a grid down situation? Having the ability, especially for me, would be powdered milk. Powdered milk is something I need to have around with a 4 and a 6-year-old in a grid down situation, and having the ability to get that cool, it makes it taste so much better. My little guys don't even know the difference if it's cold powdered milk. They have never complained. Also important to keep stuff cold, leftovers, mayonnaise, other things. You don't want to waste food in a grid down situation, and you don't want to cause problems by not storing things cold enough and getting food poisoning or botulism or any nasty bacteria that could grow on food that is not protected. So you have to ask yourself, yes, this is a cool little gadget and I love it. The quality is there. I haven't found anything that I would change. Nothing at all. I mean, it's built for a great price point. I think it's like $350. They make a bigger one that's more expensive. They make a smaller one that's a little bit less expensive. You have to ask yourself, do I need this? If the grid goes down, would this be something that could help my family? Or if I'm a camper, is it something I could use a lot during the year? If you say, no, I go camping once or twice a year, you're probably going to just be fine with your regular cooler, buying ice, going camping, enjoying it, and having fun. If you are trying to live off grid, I know many people are buying tiny homes, or they're actually buying small storage sheds and converting them to tiny homes. Some of the people I know don't have power to these areas because it's cost way too much. One guy I talked to was going to cost him $25,000 to run power poles to his property. So he decided, hey, let me spend that money on going solar. So something like this with his small system that he's starting with, because he doesn't want to go into debt, would work great. This would be much more efficient than trying to go to the store every few days buying ice. And this will give you the ability, if you wanted to freeze, and it does freeze really well. It surprised me. I thought it'd take forever, but no, it has a good compressor in here and it does the job. Hopefully this review helped you. If you need it, you need it. Don't buy something because it's cool and is a gadget and you just say, oh, wow, that's cool, I need to get that. No, look at your resources, look at your needs, and plan accordingly. Thanks for watching.